All right. We are back. We are back from the gay. I should get a fucking bug zapper thing. All right, let me post this. Boom, boom, boom. What's up, people? We're back. We are back up in this motherfucker. All right. Let's do it. I don't think Malcolm X ever talked on no shit like that before. That's a first. That's a gay first. I know, right? In a boxing room. So weird. In a boxing room. Yeah, I do. I mean, that's what I gotta do. That's what I gotta do. I gotta screen him. What was my reaction? I don't even know what I did. What'd I do? Good Lord. Good thing it's also I have you guys small on the side, so you don't really see it that well anyway. So link is not working. It works for Mo.
Yeah, you have to link it to either your Facebook or your YouTube account to enter. To
What? I mean, but Alberto's been coming in. What up, Mike? Wants me to sign in. I mean, I don't know what it wants you to do, but it's the normal link I give everybody. What up, salivated? I don't get it. Why you're saying that? I don't know if, well, I don't know why it's not working, but it's the same link I always use. Not the right link. What? What do you mean not the right link?
So for the chat, Marco put a setting to screen out people who can join. So in order to join this stream thing, you have to link your YouTube account or your Facebook account so that it filters people out.
I did that?
You know,
I didn't
that's
do it
what
on
it says
purpose.
right now. That's what I had to do.
I didn't do that on purpose. That's weird. I didn't do that on purpose. I mean, this is the, let me see. Unless I gave, yeah, I didn't do that on purpose at all. That's strange. StreamYard. Yeah, it shouldn't be doing that. Yeah, and it made you do that too?
Yeah. I just
Huh.
signed in real quick. It's not a big deal.
You know what it is? Maybe it's because it detected that nasty shit, so now they're doing that automatically. Because I didn't do that. I didn't do anything different. I deleted the first one and then I just restarted the live. What up, Smooth? Salute Marcellus Wallace. I love that face off. Crawford didn't look as big as the skull fight. Okay. Oh, okay, Mo. I'll hop on next time. Huh? People should tell you in the chat first that they are going to cam up so you know who it is. I mean, I don't think this is going to be a fucking problem moving forward. Like, this is never, this is not the place where people do that kind of shit. That's a good idea. Yeah, what if they just imitate our names? Yep. That's weird. That's weird. That's really weird. But yeah, why did it do that setting? I didn't do that. Guests stream this in their own destinations. Guests can stream. Oh, what's that mean? A great way to get more views. Each guest may add up to 2 destinations. Each stream allows up to 6 guests. Okay. Yeah, that's weird. So that means that just happened because YouTube automatically picked up what happened. Maybe heard what we were saying. Like it's like AI is reading us being like, did this guy just blah, blah, blah? Damn. All right. So it made you sign into either Facebook or YouTube?
For me, I don't have a StreamYard or whatever this is account. So
Right.
it said, okay, in order to join, literally said, in order to join, host has put a screen. So connect your YouTube account or your Facebook account in order to join this stream. That's what it told me, prompted me.
I didn't do that though. I didn't do anything. I hadn't seen it before. Another boxing channel. Got to start diligent. Oh, word. Okay. Damn. That's so weird. Yeah, but it's interesting. I wonder why that happened because I didn't do shit. Maybe I clicked something when I started it, not meaning to. I don't know. See, other channels make you use your email or YouTube account to know who it is. Oh, I didn't think I had to worry about that, but okay. Let's not talk about fucking politics, man. This shit is mad depressing. Mad depressing. So, why, Alberto? Why can't you come in? What's the problem? Because he doesn't have Facebook.
I mean, he obviously has a YouTube account because he's chatting. So just link your YouTube account. Fuck.
That's what I'm saying. That's all you have to do, right?
That's what I did.
What up, Bob?
How's it going?
You just missed
What
it.
just happened?
Some dude came in here and showed his fucking Johnson.
Oh, I was listening. I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, I mean, it was some, and I didn't recognize the name, but every now and then people come in who are new. You know what I mean? So you're getting too big, Marco. The trolls are coming. That's just a, yeah, but Tone, why the fuck would a gay dude troll a boxing room? It's so strange of all the places. You don't want to sign with his email because he thinks someone's gonna find it. Loser. What's up, Starline? Damn, we between politics and because I know my YouTube, because I don't know my YouTube login. Oh, well, but wait, but how are you talking? I don't get it. Oh, because you're already signed in and then you can't. What up, War? Wow, man, that's crazy. Who, I don't know, man. Very strange. Very strange. Might have been Clarissa. Was that you? Clarissa, was that you? Guys, I think we found out the answer to if Clarissa is part of the trans. No, I'm just playing. Thank God I came in late. Yeah, thank God you did. Jesus Christ. What the fuck is going on? Clarissa's a man. Oh, shit. Who's Chris Benoit?
Did you watch those fights? Because I didn't see
Nah.
the video. Malnecki won.
I heard he won.
Oh,
I didn't
no.
see it. That's a Jersey guy, man. You should be excited.
That's ESPN Plus. I don't have that.
Felicia
Why is it
Williams.
ESPN Plus?
I do not believe. Wait, where are they fighting? Crawford and Canelo?
So they're fighting at Allegiant Stadium, but for anybody in the chat, I would recommend waiting until the Ring or TKO make an official announcement because there's tons of people trying to, upsell and get on people, selling shit, bogus tickets and shit. So I just
So there's
wait.
no, but so the tickets aren't for sale officially yet anyway.
As far as I can tell, no.
Yeah, now Mark will make a new link for me. What you mean? Make a new one? I don't think it works. I don't think I could do that. It's only one link. I don't know why I won't let you get in, but I'm rocking with this channel. You have a dope. You're the man, Chris. Chris, how'd you hear me? Did you hear me through like BF and Drew Titan or what? Since you're a LDBC guy. Okay, thank you. Word up. Alberto joined off his laptop. Marvin Hagler, the GOAT, bro. Yeah, that's Yayan. That's one of your favorite fighters, right, Hagler? Speak, Yayan. Damn it. Just put a new link. Well, it's not a new link. It's the same fucking link. But, okay. Let's do it. Call in. There it is. Same one. Try it out. All right. BFTV. BF has this dude who comes in here, Chris, and he fucking gets wild with BF. He photoshops BF and Bill Haney tongue kissing. Wild shit. He's always trying to call BF gay. Yo, Trump wants, yeah, he does. Straight dog. All of a sudden, it's not letting Alberto on. You get it? She's implying that he's The schlong flasher. I'm at work when I speak. I have. Oh, okay. I'll watch one of your breakdown fights with BF. All right, dope. Wait, you watched one of my breakdown fights with BF? What do you mean you watched it with him? Explain, please. I'm interested. What you're talking about? Next time somebody shows there, yeah, okay. Marcos, that's the only dude tries to make sense on the Haney voice. That's why I follow his channel. Thank you. Call me War Haggler. Change your shit to War Haggler. Carissa, I was on stream. Stay out of men's business. Oh boy. YouTube flagged Alberto. LOL. For the record, that was no schlong. That was a shrimp. I mean, it was all fucking crusty too. That was disgusting.
Hey, Alberto, you need to get your body count up more before you start talking to Chris like that. Come on, man. You're too young to be doing that.
That's a good fucking comeback, Mo. That is a good perspective. Alberto is suspect number one forever until he cams up. Oh man, you barely made these. The Bud vs Spence fight more like a reaction video. Oh, okay. Oh, the one where me and BF talked about it. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. How do y'all know the guy? What? Because he's fucking cammed up. I didn't think you guys would see it because it was so small. You know what I mean? Like the windows are small, so videos aren't that clear. But I guess if you got a really big screen, it makes everything. Yeah, Ian, what's the gas like tonight? What's that mean? What up, Ray? Yeah, it didn't give out an alert, I don't believe, for this one, did it? Oh, it did. That was my first one, maybe. Gross. Imagine if he hacked you and he took over the big screen. Yeah, that would be something. Doesn't Yayan work? Nah, Mo works with gas. Mo, what's your exact title again? What's your job?
I'm a gas serviceman, so pretty much anything that has to do with gas in residential, whatever residential housing unit or whatever is shit that I work with. So anything related to like a furnace, a water heater, a gas meter, pretty much anything having to do with gas in your house.
Okay. Yeah, Yayan does Amazon and makes screen doors, I believe, right? Alberta, what's your occupation? I think this guy's trying to do it again. Because somebody's in here that says Stephen Brown, but they spelled it wrong, like an idiot.
Were you kicking him out?
Nah, I'm not letting him in. I think it's the same guy again, because Steph always cams up. I should. Yeah, I don't think it's Steph. Steph would cam up. It says Step Fan Brown. He fucking misspelled it. And it could be Steph misspelling it. Steph, if that's you, you're gonna have to show us your handsome fucking pretty boy face because we got guys in here wiling out. Oh, that is him. Thank God. Whew. All right, that's him. Hey, man, we got dudes.
No, wait, hold up. What happened, man? I stepped out for a moment and then I saw
some dude came in here and cammed up his sausage.
Oh no!
Just a close up. Yeah, first he came in, cammed up his nipple. It was hairy. It was fucking gross. It looked
brother.
It looked like
I said in the chat, I was like, yo, you got to make them cam up before they come on the show.
Well, obviously, that's what I'm going to have to do now, but why the fuck would any of us
I said that before that dude did that. I know I did. But that's
you did what?
I said that in the chat before. I even at you. I was like, yo, make these fuckers cam up.
I don't know. I mean, that's not something that in a room community like this that we should even be worried about, but
no, you're going to have to cut that out.
I deleted it. He didn't even stay wavy, didn't even come back. But one of you guys suggested I delete the video, and I did it because I could probably get in trouble for that. Even though
yeah.
Alberto,
by the way, that is how you really spell my name. My parents are trying to be unique.
Oh, it's Stefan Brown.
It's Stefan, yeah.
Stefan.
I've always introduced myself as Stefan because that's what my dad calls me. But
wait, there's a P in it, so how could that be Stefan?
Yeah, I know. You've never seen that before.
You're from
No.
California?
No, I'm not. I'm from
Oh.
Dallas, but I do live in California.
You do live, okay.
Yeah.
Was it wavy? It wasn't fucking.
You said wavy. What? Dog?
That wasn't wavy. We investigating. YouTube deleted Alberto and it's not letting him back on.
That's nuts.
Yeah, that's there was those too in that video. All of it.
Alberto, since Alberto's the one who loves to do investigations and shit, we need him to do some forensic investigating on that footage, bro. He needs to go out there to start taking measurements.
Unfortunately, that's fucking hilarious. Unfortunately, I deleted it, but that's funny. Ugh. That's so weird. You guys ever seen that before in a boxing channel?
No, let's not even talk about it, man. That's low blood sugar. That's whack. Let's move on.
I'm just curious if anybody saw it before. That's all. Like, am I just fucking luckily blessed with that gross shit? Or does it, if your channel's big enough, it happens? I don't know. Alberto was literally laughing.
Yeah, y'all need to get off Alberto.
He joined her up right after.
Oh my gosh.
He was like, yeah, that was gross. Kobe, I mean, some fucking dude cammed up his schlong. That's what
Glad I didn't see that. I'm glad I didn't see that. That's fucked.
it was not me. I hope not. Alberto, I know you like. Oh, too far. That's gross. Usually,
hey, I have a question for Steph. Here from Dallas.
Go
Hey,
for
dude,
it.
are you going to the BAM fight in Frisco?
When is that going to be?
That's going to be July 16th at the Cowboys
the
training
Star.
facility.
Yeah, the Star. Man, that's where I'm from, man. I'm from Plano, man. Nah, man, I'm going to be there late in the month for my mom's birthday. That's BA, man. I like that. And I like BAM, too.
Yeah,
Well, I have another question for you.
He's a
Since
good
you know
fighter.
the area, do you think people will show out for that
Oh,
card?
definitely. People in Texas like boxing, North Texas, no doubt, for sure. If they came out for Errol, man, definitely come out for him too. He's built his name in San Antonio area, so that's kind of surprising. But that stadium is perfect for such a boxing match that he's in. So that's word. And he's Texas, man. With everyone, when you text him, man, we all support each other. Like I rooted Brandon Figueroa against Cool Boy Steph the whole time.
But you're in Cali now, right? You said.
Yeah, I'm in Orange County now. I've been here for years.
Okay. I like
Hey,
that.
I'm an Angels
Marco,
fan
man.
now. It's crazy,
What's up,
man.
Man, I watched Dan Raphael interview Wilder, and then somebody else was interviewing Wilder. And I was like, is anybody in there? Is anybody crazy enough to watch that fight? They're like, it's on pay-per-view. I said, man, they have to pay me to watch him fight Herndon or whatever the guy's name. I'm like, is anybody in here crazy enough to pay any kind of money to watch him fight Friday night?
I don't know.
Yeah, definitely, man. Like some of my people are
Yep.
going to actually support
Man,
him live, but it is that's where Wilder's at right now.
I went to New
Support.
York and saw him knock out whatever that bum's name was. Sorry, Mark, he was a bum in the first round. And
Who?
Who?
what's the
Hellenius?
guy?
I was there too.
So Hellenius. Yeah,
Yeah, I
Oh,
was
he
there
that
too.
was
was.
a
That shit
great
was
night.
badass,
No,
dog.
Hellenius is actually a good fight. I mean, decent fighter. He's not a bum. He's not a shitty fighter. But go ahead.
Well, that was a
Call
great
him a
night,
bum.
but I would never, ever in my life pay 1 cent to watch him fight now. Come on, man. The guy's washed up.
It's ridiculous. I'm with you because he didn't even try. And even against Hellenius, Bob, he was already doing that weird circling shit. He just happened to land a punch on the fucking back foot. Like, yeah, he's not trying anymore, and he's fucking spinning and doing weird. Like, he's mentally done. But I don't think he realizes it.
Then
No, I
the
mean
the
it. He's
interview
done.
the interview he
Yeah,
had with
he's
Dan
done.
Raphael, he's going there like, well, I've never lied. He lied about Tyson Fury, the weights. I'm like, man, what's this guy talking about?
Wait, hold on. But
He was
all
like
right,
Tyson
go ahead.
Fury had something in his gloves. I'm like, he's like, man, I've never lied. I'm like, oh, this guy. Then he was talking about he had shoulder surgery. He's trying to blame the last loss on his shoulder. I'm like, man, is this guy, man, just go away, retire, please. And I love Wilder, but I can't with this guy. He got to go away. I mean, we should have automatic retirement. That's what I love with boxing. You
Yeah,
lose a couple fights, you look bad enough, you taking your boxing license, never fight again,
yeah, but
and
Bob,
go away.
he's not gonna go, like we've seen it time and time, and even, and I hate to say it, but even the man, the myth, the legend, dudes
No.
just fight too long, and it's almost like the more they lose, the more they have to prove to themselves. No, it's not over. Like, it's weird. A lot of fighters get into that, and I think Wilder's going to be one of them. He might start going into his 40s.
Oh, his interview, now you said that he was telling Raphael, he's like, I never thought about retiring.
Oh,
I'm like, oh man, this
he
guy,
said
he's
he did.
delusional like all the other ones.
He said he did. He said, like, after the Fury lost, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do next. I had a great career. He said he thought about it, and then he just changes his mind.
But that's what I'm
Yeah, he
saying. He
changed
was
his
on there
mind.
lying, man. No, he was on there lying with Van Raphael. Like I said, maybe he's just on there lying. I'm like, man, but anyway, I, he might lose. Let's be honest. Even though this guy Herndon can't fight,
He might lose because
he
he
might
doesn't throw
lose.
punches. He doesn't throw any punches anymore. He's so I'm saying, man, call Mob Deep, call Prodigy. He shook. He is shook now because he does not want. It's PTSD, like Vietnam level PTSD. He doesn't want to get slept again, and he's just scared to engage. It's just that it's simple.
Yeah, so I'm not sure who was saying their people are going to watch him fight, man. I would advise don't waste your time. That's why seriously, I don't think it's gonna be entertaining at all.
I'm
But
gonna
hey,
watch.
everybody can do what they want.
I'm gonna watch it, but I will watch it. I mean, not unless I have something better to do. But because Wilder is one of those guys. Like, and if he loses to this guy, would he hang it up? Probably not.
So Mark, you're paying for it. Well, I know just your content creator, but
Yes,
you're
I'm
gonna pay for.
paying for it.
Oh my goodness, man, we got it. Well, hey, I don't know how much it's gonna cost, but no thanks. I'll pass. I'll maybe you can do the live stream. I'll listen to you.
I don't believe that, Bob. You love boxing, man. If you're sitting there with nothing else to do, you're gonna watch it.
Man, I gotta get my fire stick fixed. My fire doesn't work anymore. I gotta get it fixed.
Mm. Yeah, man, that's a.
I'm not watching Jake Paul either. To be honest, I'm not paying for that either.
I'm watching it because I want to see. I use your Russian stream. I use a bunch of things. What the fuck is this?
I have no idea.
Yain, what are you doing?
AY.
He's been reduced to boxing in Wichita. That's where it is? Good Lord.
Hey,
Yes, in
Marco.
Wichita.
What's up?
You got what's your current top 10 fighters or favorite fighters?
Favorite current top 10?
Yeah, if you got it.
Fucking bugs. 10's a lot, I believe. What up, Jerry? But my favorite to watch are, and still, Tank, Benavidez, Inoue, Crawford. I like watching Abdullah Mason. I like watching Boots. I like watching Brian Norman Jr. now.
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
Yeah, he's nice.
Who am I missing? Who are the really exciting dudes?
The sparring stories are true.
yeah, right. Who am I missing? I like watching Bam, I would say. Bam Rodriguez. Who else? Somebody has some background going on.
Yeah, we got some background.
Those are the 8. I mean, who am I missing? Who am I missing?
What about Shushu?
I wouldn't say he's my. I mean, I like him. I know him. He's from my city. I wouldn't say he's one of my favorites to watch, but he could be as he develops. Who would you say, Bob?
Daniel Dubois. I mean, that's great.
Oh, there you
I
go.
think he's been entertaining
There
fights.
you go.
You know what? I agree because he's one of those guys. I like. Matter of fact, you know who came to mind, but I didn't say it, and I kind of look at him the same way as Dubois. Anthony Joshua. They're both big dudes who have knockouts, but can also get knocked out.
Yeah, but fucking Dubois handled him real quick.
He did.
That was impressive. That was very impressive.
That was wild. Nobody expected that because Joshua was not.
I did. Yes, I did. Yes, and I wanted that.
Shit. I mean,
no disrespect to Joshua.
I hope Dubois
But I was
knocks.
happy.
And this is how you guys know that I am not biased to my race or even to my nationalism, because I am half Ukrainian. My father's my father's family is from the Ukraine. But I want Usyk to get knocked out. I do. I want him to lose. I don't know why, but I do. Maybe because he bores me when he fights. I don't find him exciting.
No, you're tired of him.
Genius fighter, right? Great fighter. I just don't find him exciting. I don't know. Is that bad? But whatever. You notice how successful brutal boxers usually have brutal career endings. Tyson does. Interesting. It's a good one, Kobe. Shushu needs to step up. Yeah, he does need to step. He's 29?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Ooh.
It's like 28. Yeah. Yeah.
And Shushu fighting for a title. His next fight.
He's challenged all those guys. I want him. Sorry to cut your boss, but I want him to fight Cool Boy as soon as possible. I think they're the best in that division. 26.
That's a good one. What up, Exotic? Marco, my bad for watching two-tone stream yesterday, but I got a little overwhelmed by this. It's all good. It's all good. I don't blame you. So you could do what you want. 154 is stacked like IHOP, baby. Alberto, email me. Yayan, I don't know why you want Alberto to email you, but it's fucking weird.
Getting gay in the chat these days.
I know. Alberto and Yayan want to just pillow talk. That's cool.
Hey Marco, I have a wilder tangential kind of question for you. So I know in the past you've interviewed Mark Breland on your channel, right?
Mm-hmm.
And also you're a New York guy. He's like a New York legend in amateur boxing and all that. So a question for you. How bad, like how hard did he take it having worked with like Wilder so bad after they've had that huge fallout?
Well, I have one of the few videos of him actually talking about it, Breland, because he's a very, very quiet, like shy, like very soft-spoken dude. He didn't really give up much. Like I have the video still. He just was like, we were just like, yo, that's fucked up. What happened to you? This was kind of right after it happened. And he was like, yeah, you know, he just was like, yeah, you know, all he said was, how am I going to work with somebody who doesn't listen to me? That's all he kind of said, like insinuating that Wilder just would want to do his own thing, you know, because when Fury beat him, that's what he was insinuating. So I don't know how hard he took it, but it's too bad that he hasn't landed another big fighter, you know, as in terms of as a trainer. But
well, I have another question for you. Now, since you came up in gyms in like New York and all that stuff, how damaging is it for a trainer's career to have that kind of shit put on you, especially at that global kind of huge level, like saying like, oh, spike my water and all this other shit? Like, maybe do you think maybe that's why he hasn't landed another spot?
No. Nobody who look, there's certain people who believe Wilder was cheated and all that, but the majority of people, if anything, don't believe that Breland drugged him. They don't believe that. The people who believe it believe maybe more Fury did. So I don't think that's not a theory that was massively accepted by most people. Even people who fucking love Wilder and hate Fury, most people don't roll with that whole Breland drugged him theory. So I don't think it did much. No. If anything, a lot of the community came together for him because he's like a legend. He's a cool dude. You've never heard anybody be like, Mark Breland's a dick. You know what I mean? So they came together like, you didn't deserve that.
Speaking of that, do you remember Wilder training with the broom or something with Malik Scott?
Yes.
What did you think about that?
It looked like Bob. You remember that old? You remember we used to call the girls back in the day? We called them chicken heads. You remember why?
Yeah,
that's what that looked like. He was chicken heading. Which
have you ever seen anybody train like that?
No. Like he was like that. We all know what that looks like. It looks like what Homeboy came on the camera and did. Like that doesn't look. And then the spinning around. I think I like Malik Scott as a person. I don't know how good of a trainer he is though. He's very like existential, I guess. I don't know. But no, I never seen anybody do that before. And the spinning, it's like, what are you doing? Then he did it in the ring. He spun twice. Nice. He spun against somebody else. I forget who it was.
Yeah, he did. That was crazy.
Twice.
Man, I can have a guy as a trainer took a dive against Wilder, man. can't trust that guy.
Yeah.
You know, everybody
Wait,
wanted. He took a dive, man.
Who know?
What's that?
Who took a dive now?
Malik Scott when he fought Wilder. Watch the fight.
Oh,
Nah, I don't think. I think he took a.
Nah, stop,
I think he
stop.
swallowed a right hand. He took a right to the temple.
Nah, I think
yo,
nah. I don't think he was hurt that hurt. Yeah,
damn.
I don't
He
believe
probably
he
wasn't,
like
but he didn't
Bruce
want to be
Seldon.
in there. He
Bruce
didn't want to
Seldon
be in
against
there.
Tyson. Now Malik Scott, man, he could have got up. He didn't want to get up.
That's what I said. He didn't want to be in there.
Let me answer this question to War because this is right down my arena. War, I fought in collegiate boxing, so I got recruited to the University of Arizona to fight on the University of Arizona boxing team, and it's under a collegiate boxing league. There is one, right? Not well known for a good reason. So I was already an amateur at that point. You know, I was what was I when I went to Arizona? I was like 20, right? So I've been fighting already for 7 years. But what I didn't realize is the collegiate boxing leagues are one step below amateur. So you have fucking tough man. They're like tough men. It was like tough man competitions, then amateur, then pro. So the point being, if somebody's already an amateur, I would not do college boxing because you're not going to get better. Or it's like a bunch of frat boys who don't know how to box. It's not good. Now, if this person has never boxed before and they're starting, that's okay. But it's definitely taking 3 or 4 steps backwards if he's already an amateur with any experience. Yeah, I was upset. I went out there, I was all excited, and then I was fucking all these guys up, and like to the point where it wasn't even competitive. And like I'm not that kind of a guy who likes whooping on. It's like beating up a child almost. So I ended up leaving after 1 semester and just went back to the amateur gym in fucking Tucson because that was where the real competition was. Malik couldn't even understand why Wilder kept using him as a coach.
Yo.
She's funny. Marco, do you see the UK card Rodriguez beat that Brit? Nah, I didn't see it. How much does a trainer play a part percentage-wise? You can't. That's a really tough question to answer because everybody's different. Every trainer and fighter's dynamic is different. I do believe that fighters in general, like from my experience, it's like 75% the fighter generally. You know, because they're the ones with the experience going in there. And a lot of trainers haven't even fought, or at least they haven't even fought a lot. So he said he wanted to go out on his shield, and he's been doing it ever since. You think he went out on his shield against Zhang or Parker?
Yo.
I don't.
Yeah.
Mark Breland saved his life. I mean, that's the stupidest thing he tried to say. That.
Crazy man, right now, dog.
Yeah. Yeah,
Bro, poor Wilder against Zhang. He was spinning around like he was looking for help, like he was trying to tag somebody in to help. That's pretty sad.
He was trying to. He thought he was in a tag team match. Card that's him. Yeah, that was crazy. Facts. Look at Bud versus Spence. Malik was just making shit up. That's what it looked like. He was like, you know what? Spin. He's like, why? He's like, just do it. It's important. He's like, okay.
I know y'all laughing, but that's why I don't want to see Wilder, man. It's embarrassing. I mean, I used to love Wilder, man. I can't watch him. It's just so embarrassing to watch him in the ring.
What I know,
it's
like, what's not to love about the old Wilder? I mean, he knocked everybody out. He had mad fire. Like you saw the level of rage and fire and passion he had in the ring. You know what I mean? Like that's and knocking every single person he's ever fought out up until Fury. Like, what is it? Like, you don't get a better fighter than that. He would have he could have been a global superstar if he was he's like a kind of a country bumpkin kind of dude. If he was like had more charisma. Well, Ali was country bumpkin too, but Ali had that charisma. If Wilder would have had that charisma on top of the skills he had, he would have been huge, I believe.
Well, I have a question for you, Marco.
What's up?
I have a question for you. Go ahead.
I just want to challenge something that Marco just said. When you compare Muhammad Ali and Deontay Wilder, the difference that I see is that Muhammad Ali, man, like, and I've said this in the chats where I'm saying like these guys today, like they're not on the level of guys even 15 years ago, 10 years ago. Like, why am I saying that? Because, frankly, like, a dedicated fighter, man, like, he is not wilding out on a lot of shit that we see that's consumed in our boxing world. He is legit. He's not smoking. He's not drinking. I can't really comment too much on his personal life because I don't know that, but hopefully he's taking care of his family there, he or she. But my point is that these guys are genuinely focused, and a lot of these guys today aren't. They're just not, and I think it shows in the fruit of their labor. I always kind of point to Ryan Garcia, like he's done shit in boxing. He's done nothing.
Right.
He's literally done nothing. I don't even think he's worked hard, and he's pulled out of fights numerous times, and has, I don't want to say he's played with it, but more than likely has with like mental health things and such talks. And
Wait, what's the topic? Sorry, I just got on.
No, we're just talking a little bit.
So what? Who was going to talk before? Somebody was going to say something.
Someone had a question for you.
Oh yeah, I wanted to get your take on this, Marco, because you said something about Wilder becoming a global superstar or whatever. Now, I think that Wilder, if he had fought Anthony Joshua and won, that probably would have made him a that kind of global megastar that you're alluding to. But my question to you is, do you think he would have beat him?
Well, so I'll answer that first, and then I disagree that even if he did beat him, do I think he would have beat? I don't know. It's hard to tell. Probably at that point because nobody was lasting with him, and Joshua was there to be hit. But I disagree that he would ever become a superstar because if you look at every single global superstar, they have to have. Well, okay, maybe not every single one. They have to have the talent, the knockouts. It's all knockouts, almost all of them, except Floyd. Or they have to be doing shit outside the ring. And that's either great charisma or like Floyd stirring the pot. Wilder's outside the ring antics never made him stand out. Now, there's a few guys that didn't do that. You had Mike Tyson, but Mike Tyson did do crazy shit, but prime Mike Tyson was a soft-spoken, quiet dude. But although he did have the fight with Mitch Green, but you got guys like Sonny Liston, and you have guys like Foreman. These guys didn't really do shit outside the ring. It was just their meanness and their power that made him huge. But that's rare. Generally, superstars in boxing have to have a balance between skill and outside the ring antics or charisma. And Wilder just didn't have that. So that's why I don't think he would have become a superstar.
Really, you don't think so, man? Even to this day, he went ultra viral. Even today,
that was one thing that he did, but it was one thing, and it wasn't charming.
What you talking about? He wasn't even trying to go viral, Mo. That was just like people just found it funny, but he didn't go viral.
No, he didn't do it to go viral. But Mo was just saying that should be a facet or an ingredient to why he would be a superstar. But that's just one thing he did. I feel like superstars have to be engaging, charming, and most of all, I think the superstars have to be identifiable. What's the word when you identify with something? Like it has to hit. It has to sink in with the average person. Something about them.
Relatable, accessible.
Relatable. Thank you. They have to be relatable to some aspect.
And you know what? A lot of guys don't meet that criteria. A lot.
Most don't.
Most don't. If not all of them.
Let's look at all the recent superstars.
No, I'm talking about right now.
Floyd was because he was the first to do the villain, like WWE. Genius, right? Not the first, but Muhammad Ali, obvious. Oscar De La Hoya,
the greatest.
Pretty boy, good-looking dude, right? Great skills. So he had fucking gnats in here. Who are the others? Mike Tyson, he did what he did, and then, but also don't forget when you go from the 70s and back, every heavyweight champion was a global star at that point. That's when boxing was at that plateau.
Jack Johnson,
that's the best.
Jack Johnson was huge. Jack Dempsey, all those guys were huge. Jack Johnson was.
Sorry, Mario.
Jack Johnson might have been the biggest ever because he was on some he was talk about balls.
He was a good ambassador, Marco. Or
well, it was a different time. Sport? A lot of people hated him because he was a black guy banging white women and doing shit but everybody knew him because of that. infamy. It was infamous, but it was something that needed to be done to open doors for a lot of the fighters of today.
To me, Marco, Wilder's like a microcosm of what's wrong with like the U.S. boxing scene. Like dudes don't really want to like promote themselves.
Man, you guys are way too harsh. No,
Who did you say, Alberto? Who's a
You guys,
microcosm?
I didn't say it. Why are you saying
Wilder?
No, you too, Marco. Dog, Wilder. First off, he's very popular, like very well known, not only within the boxing community, but like, I guess I'll use that word global because he did go global. He went over to the UK, challenged Tyson Fury. Yes, and because
nobody I know that like doesn't watch boxing, they don't know who Wilder is.
I'm not talking about casuals.
Well, that's what that's what
global.
To that. To me, that's what global is, where the majority of people in the street will recognize somebody. There's only a handful of fighters in history, in the recent years that have achieved that, and Wilder's not one of them. In my opinion.
When I talk, no one's saying that, but I'm saying the dude is very popular, very.
I think in this,
say his name, like people
very popular and global
in this community. Like obviously, if you're talking boxing at 9:30 on a Saturday, you're gonna know Wilder. But like when I talk to casuals, they only know Ryan Garcia, Canelo, and Jake Paul. Maybe Tank, but that's like,
and it's always been that way.
Like, dog, it's us at 9:30 talking boxing. Ain't no one talking about no boxing.
No, but you said a global star. To me, global is anybody knows him, like Susie down the street or Bob down the street.
Yeah, household name.
Yeah,
very few fighters have ever achieved that in the last 30, 40 years or 50 years.
Yeah, there's like 3.
Marco, I got a good question for everybody.
Go ahead.
Who made the worst mistake? Riddick Bowe not fighting Lennox or Wilder not fighting Joshua?
Riddick Bowe, for sure. Because Wilder and Joshua ended up being both losing, kind of being tarnished. But Bowe only has one loss to Holyfield. Now, I think Andrew Golota whooped his ass mercilessly for 2 fights, but obviously Golota, got the loss because he was hitting below the belt. So Riddick Bowe, that could have made him an all-time great.
Yeah, but he was scared, and luckily
he was.
You see, God is good because who's that? Holyfield and Lennox. They fought everyone. And
everyone.
They didn't fight someone. The other guy did fight him, and they met for undisputed twice.
Yeah.
And I was just watching. I was going to say this earlier. I was just watching Mercer and Holyfield. Yo, when Mercer went down early, it's crazy. Then he gets up and gets that win. That was nuts.
Mercer was a great fight. I met him before.
Crazy, man.
He was
just watching that a couple nights ago.
And I was shocked when I met Mercer in person. He is barely 6 feet tall. He's not.
He's like 5'10".
No, he's not. I met him. I'm 5'11". He had me by maybe 1 inch. He's about 6 feet.
Pause.
Well, I mean, I wasn't even thinking about schlongs, but it's all whatever. Wherever your mind goes, it's all good.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, I'm thinking, and remember Larry Holmes took him to school.
Mercer,
He took Ray Mercer to school.
He goes, I ain't Tommy Morrison in the camera while he's whooping his ass.
Hey, that is hands down the most gangster thug ass shit a heavyweight has ever done in the ring. That is the funniest shit ever. I was like, damn, poor Tommy Morrison, dude. Jesus.
What fight is this? I've never seen it.
Ray Mercer versus who the fuck? Larry Holmes.
If you guys, that's the type of fights you watch. Larry Holmes knew how to fight, man.
Yeah.
And he took Ray Mercer to school. Ray Mercer didn't know what to do.
Larry Holmes and Dokes fight.
Like, I should do that fight too. I should do Holmes and Mercer.
Holmes make a video of that. Yeah,
school, man. He was training with Muhammad back in the day. Real early.
Yeah, that's where he got that smooth as butter jab.
Yeah.
Who the fuck just put Holmes on? Is that you, Alberto?
My bad. I'm a mute up.
Well, he goes right to it.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Show off. No one likes to show off, Berto.
Dwayne. Hey, Marco. I'm buzzed. Happy Sunday. It's nuts. Oh, it is Sunday.
Is that Logic?
Yeah, that is.
Hey, man. Save a life. 1-800.
It is Logic. I didn't even know who that was. I'm like, why is this guy's name Dwayne, but he has a picture of a white guy? I was very confused.
I just can't watch these old fights because they're not in 4K. It's kind of grainy and pixelated. It's kind of hard to accurately see what's going on.
Well, you know what you do? Also, search for the best. Search for the clearest versions of them because there's going to be multiple versions of them on YouTube. You just find the best one, and it's clear enough where you can see what the fuck's happening. It's not like Charlie Chaplin you know.
But Marco, that's where I give you some pushback. That's why I don't like when you do Jack Johnson. I dead ass can't tell what's going on.
No, I can't either. And you got to slow it down. And I've also read a lot about him and watched a lot of documentaries where they explain it. But you know, if you now you can slow it down and you can see yourself. But you're right, because that's like I don't know how many frames per second is normal, but it's way less frames per second. So there's like a lot of skips. So you'll see a punch start from here and then it lands. You don't see it in the middle as it's going.
So you're just infatuated with Jack Johnson's like background and story and come up?
No, it's not infatuation. It's his accomplishments.
You bring him up a lot, Marco.
He's one of the greatest heavyweights who ever lived. His accomplishments and his skill is undeniable. I mean, the video might look like shit, but you clearly see him knock a dude's tooth out of his fucking mouth. You see that? I mean, you know what I'm saying? You see enough. You see enough. I mean, he was a genius inside fighter for the time. He would just tear these guys up inside because that's a time where dudes fought on the inside a lot. The fights would go 20, 30, 40 rounds sometimes. I wonder how bored these guys in the stands would get. Like after 3 hours, you're just
no, that's pure entertainment, man. People love blood. You know that.
Bro, those guys are probably fucking hammered by like the fifth round. Are you kidding me? 100,000 people
whiskey.
show up to get hammered and watch two guys go at it for 3 hours?
Straight moonshine.
Maybe. I don't know. But not you know, that's an exception. But most of the old videos, you could see Sugar Ray Robinson fight. You see very clearly, like, yeah, it's not 4K, but it's way clear enough. You're gonna go watch Dokes Holyfield? Okay. Johnny, what up? Don't forget Jack had gold. He did. The gold teeth, wore fucking furs, drove the dopest cars at the time were Fords, had white bitches on his arm. All that. Was a musician. He was a musician. That's like kind of like how, you know, AB and these guys become rappers now. Back then, he was doing jazz. He was doing the most popular form of music back then.
So he's like a legend.
Yeah, man. One of the greatest heavyweights who ever. One of the most dominant. He would fuck with dudes. He would hold them up so they don't fall, and he'd keep beating them. He would talk to them in a slave voice to fucking mock them. Like white guys who he'd be like, oh, massa, is that too hot for you, massa? Sorry, I hit you light. Like he would just fucking mock them, laughing.
That's diabolical.
That's crazy. And holding them up.
Different time though, man.
And a different time where he could get shot while he's fighting, doing some shit like that, and he didn't care. Talk about people thought Muhammad Ali had balls, and he did, but I think Jack Johnson was a different level. Personally.
Well, he paved the way for Ali.
Absolutely.
I mean, I love Muhammad Ali, man. He's the greatest.
Muhammad Ali, yeah.
Fought for the people. There's some good
Marco doesn't like Muhammad Ali.
That's crazy.
Marco,
if you guys are watching Holyfield fights, Burt Cooper Holyfield, another great one.
Yeah, I did a video on that. Yeah, that was a dope fight. Well, I remember I didn't like Holyfield for some reason, and they were fighting in Atlanta. That was his first title defense after he beat Buster Douglas. So he's fighting in Atlanta, which is his hometown, and Burt Cooper fucking drops him. Right? He drops him, and in his hometown, it was so close to being a huge upset, but then Holyfield came back and plastered him like a fucking carpet
beast.
Yeah, plastered his ass.
Holyfield's one of the best, man. One of the best. He was very well schooled too, Marco, down there in Houston.
Holyfield?
Yeah.
What's up, Elizad? Yayan, what question are you asking? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And,
he said where to start to be a historian.
What's that?
He wants to be like your junior. He said, where should I start so I could be a historian like you?
Oh, that's what he said?
Yeah, it's like you missed the comment, I think.
Go back to the earliest. John L. Sullivan is where it starts. Go back and read. Read about the lineage of champions. Start at heavyweight. Read. And then when it gets to the point where there's footage, which is around 1908, Jack Johnson, then watch all the footage you can. And that's how you just, and you have to start from the beginning. That's why I try and tell a lot of you guys, like, how you know where you're at if you don't know where you've been. Start at the beginning, and then it's easier to connect everything. Boom, boom. Oh, this is, oh. And then you see, the belt. It was called the World Championship, but there was no actual belt. There was no sanctioning body, just word of mouth. Oh, this guy. And you see how it all evolves. And now the WBC comes in. Oh, and now the New York State Athletic Commission belt comes. follow it. Follow the what's the word I'm looking for? Not lineage. I guess lineage.
Yeah.
Follow the lineage.
I
You know.
also want to add, there's 2 other good channels out there with good history there, on. Check out Scrapbook Boxing. He follows a great lineage too. It's incredible, man. All the stuff, the knowledge he's produced on that, and he's not the only one. There's some other guys.
Blue Blood too.
And then I'm sure you guys are familiar with Champside. He did a really good documentary on Black Murderers Row. Incredible lineage. Like, go peep that, man.
Okay.
Go peep that.
It's interesting, and you also have to it has to pique your curiosity. You have to be intellectually, pugilistically intellectually curious. So, I always ask, well, why? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, but what? So, like when I look at belts, well, where'd the belts come from? Who's and you have to be intellectually curious, and that I think will strengthen your boxing knowledge, because then it'll make you look for more and piece everything together. So, you're going into something that the entire etymology of it, the entire evolution of it. There's some people there's certain, I don't know a lot of the lighter guys. I mean, I know them, but I'm not like well versed in some of the lighter guys. Who the fuck is that? Is that Alberto again?
Yo,
Hey, hit that like
what was the
button.
channel?
For non-boxing.
Hold it down for me, guys. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Hit that like
Who's
button.
ordering the pay-per-view this Saturday, guys? The Paul and Chavez Jr.
I already said I can't spend money on that. I don't think it's. I don't know. Jake Paul enough fighting the cokehead. I mean, that's what he is. I'll pass. I don't know. You guys are watching that?
Me and Marco probably stream it.
Yeah, I'm not really into Jake Paul like that, man. So, but salute to him though.
Chavez lost to Anderson Silva. Come
Yeah,
on,
the
man.
spider.
What are we talking about?
Like you said, man, he's got problems. Pray for him.
Hey, you guys think Tevin Farmer's gonna put the beats on young Schofield? I think Schofield's gonna finally meet his match.
He should.
I don't know. It's
He's very
50-50.
experienced and knows how to box. But Farmer's been through a lot of smoke lately. Where you had to fight tough. Excuse me.
Yeah, we're saying that Tevin Farmer's too old and savvy and wily to let Schofield wax him. He's going to be on the Jake Paul card coming up.
I think it's worth the money to buy.
Who's the guy who has Tourette's? Is that Farmer? I forget.
The cross-eyed dude.
Yeah, that's Tevin Farmer.
Tourette's?
Okay. Yeah, he has Tourette's. He came out with it. I think Schofield's.
That's funny. I've interviewed him. He didn't admit, or I guess I didn't ask him.
He just came out. He just came out with it. He just admitted it. After his fight, where he was, looked. It was like he had these weird moments where he just froze with his hands down, was getting hit. But I think Schofield beats him.
Marco, how does a boxing commission sanction him then if he has Tourette's and he's cross-eyed? Like, isn't that like a huge safety risk?
Well, in terms of vision, you have to pass, and I went through these when I fought the pro. You have to pass medicals. You have to pass eye tests. So if he passes it, he passes it. Cross-eyed people can actually see fine. I think it just looks. I think Tourette's, he passed his physicals. That's all I could say. Like, Tourette's is a weird thing. Sometimes it comes out, sometimes it doesn't. I've noticed that people, when they get nervous, the Tourette's gets way worse. So yeah, it's all about passing the physicals. And his was obviously a mild case because we never. I mean, Tourette's is something, if you have it severely, like, you can tell.
I think those physicals though, Marco, especially because I was watching an interview with Mikey Garcia, and he was saying how remember when he fought Spence, they went on a press tour and they did the shit at the Jerry's World and AT&T Stadium. He was saying that he actually had super bad fever, and he was at a hospital. He got checked into a hospital Tuesday of fight week, but the doctor's if you want, I can put a paper that says you're not fit to fight. But then Mikey was all the promoters and people were telling him bro, we already invested too much into this fight, and so the doctor's no, he's cleared to pass. But really, he was super fucked up.
Yeah, I don't know. don't know. We'll see. I think Schofield's gonna wax him though.
Hey, how old? Man, I like Mikey Garcia. I always have. He retired. His retirement. I mean, it didn't shock me, but I was still kind of a little shocked. I was like, man.
He didn't love boxing stuff.
I know. No, he was going through a lot. I know, man. His mother passed. Like messed him up there. So, yeah. I still want to see him versus you guys.
What up, Fred? The Boxing Commission sanctioned the Ali versus Holmes fight after Ali failed the touch your nose test with his finger. Yeah, that's fucked up. Yeah, but and that's the problem. Each commission is run independently by whatever state that the fight's in. There's no uniform, uniform united front for commissions. Farmer was robbed against Murlataya. Zepeda barely beat him. Barely. And that was when he was dropping his hands and going into Tourette's twitches too. Because that's what that was, I think. Let's be real. AB beat. Oh, Jesus Christ. Ian, please stop with the AB. Please. Please.
Damn.
I'll send you a...
Who is that as his avatar?
I don't know. Oh, for Ian? That's Floyd Mayweather, I believe. Mikey invested his money, so I don't think he cared. Y'all saw the Lamont interview? Nah, what happened? Talk to us, Jaguar. What happened?
Lamont Roach basically said that if he beats Tank, Tio's wearing PBC hats. They're gonna try to set that up next. Lamont versus Tio Fimo pay-per-view.
Has that fight ever been announced? Lamont Roach and Tank?
No. And if you guys, I'm sure most of you saw my interview with Kenny, right? Kenny was like, it's signed. I don't know what they're waiting for.
Just wait on it.
Yo, Steph, what's that channel you said?
He's probably talking about Scrapbook Boxing.
Oh, yeah. I was about to say ask him, but he's at work. Because he's
that is Floyd.
Yeah, that's Floyd.
Oh, man. Yo, Floyd, man, last of a dying breed, man.
Mikey low-key avoided the Gamboa fight I called in 2014 about. That's the last time you called and Ness said something rude to you?
Wait, so she was talking boxing in 2014?
Yeah, she's been. I think that's why she doesn't call in. I think she called in once, and the guy she said Ness made her feel dumb or something. So I think she's was turned off at calling in. So I think that's why she hasn't.
Who we talking about?
Clarissa, right here in our chat.
Clarissa, no, you're the family. Come on up.
I didn't even watch boxing back then.
Bless you.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, Clarissa, nobody's gonna make fun of you here. Matter of fact, you make fun of everybody else so damn well. If anything, we got.
Damn, man, what's going on in there?
It's fruit flies or gnats. I don't know the difference. But my wife has a bunch of. She's a big she's a gardener. She loves plants and
nice.
So she has a bunch of shit in the house and it's attracting these fruit flies. And I got these sticky shits, but right up there you could see that, but it doesn't really work. So I think I got to get the ones that light up. Apparently they're attracted to light.
Right. Do you guys have a garden?
Yeah, she's making one outside. I don't.
Marco, did you catch the mice?
I caught one mouse. Yes, I caught it.
Oh, that's good.
One of those traps. I never, when I was coming up, it was just those. Whoosh. This is like a plastic. It almost looks like a hockey puck. The mouse goes in and then it twists shut and kills it. Wow. So we caught one. It was a little field mouse. Not the New York City mice I was used to. Like these field mouse, almost they're not gray and dirty looking. They look like fucking hamsters, almost like a white belly. But I think there's another one. I think so. But yeah, we caught the first one. Now we got to see. There might be one more. And I found out what happened. My son had broke the window here, a window that could lead to the basement, and didn't tell us for a few days. He forgot or he was scared to tell us. So there was basically a little hole, and I think they were coming into the basement for a few days. I'm lucky it was anything else because we're in the fucking suburbs. Like it could have been a raccoon. It could have been all kinds of shit.
And we got a wiener dog. They'll hunt those rodents for you.
A what?
A wiener dog.
We got 2 cats. We got 2 cats. We got 2 cats.
Man, you need more dogs. You don't need no meows. You don't need that.
I guess. Alberta, when you start watching
more dogs.
When you start watching boxing, Alberta?
Do I have to say?
You don't have to, but why don't you tell us? What's the big deal?
Like probably around COVID.
Damn.
That's pretty good. You're pretty
Welcome to the
knowledgeable
club.
for only being, what is it, 5
Like
years?
hardcore, but I would watch like here and there, like since like probably 2015, 16.
Clarissa's been into it with her. Her pops would watch with her. That's dope. Yeah, my first fight, Mo might have Mo, do you remember or have you heard of the Dokes versus Jerry Coetzee fight? Jerry Coetzee. I don't know if most
The names ring a bell, but I've never seen that fight.
So Michael Dokes was a heavyweight champion of the world. I've done videos on him as he had he had top 3 fastest hands ever for heavyweight I've ever seen. He was undefeated, and Jerry Coetzee was a white dude, but from South Africa. And at this point, there had not been a white heavyweight champion since Rocky Marciano. So we're talking 30 years or so. So they square off. Dokes is well favored to beat Jerry Coetzee. Jerry Coetzee ends up fucking knocking him out in an upset. And that was the first fight I ever watched. And the energy of the room, because my dad was a bunch of people, and the upset, because they were like, that's when I realized that upsets are so exciting. Like, so even if my fighter that I want to win loses, there's a part of me that's happy because the upset is really invigorating. So that was the first fight I ever watched that got me into boxing. So I started watching, and that was 83, I believe. That was 1983.
Correct. That was 1983, right on the dot, Marco. Good job.
Yep. And then ever since then, I've been into boxing. So that's like, and that's why I brought this up. Clarissa mentioned her dad. And my dad wasn't around much when I was young. He was actually not around almost at all. But that was one of the few times I just remember him taking me to one of his friends' houses, and we were watching it. And it was on like ABC. It was a whole line. They had a thing before. Coetzee had all these surgeries on his hand. And they were saying, he's had so many surgeries on his hand. It's like a bionic hand. It's been rebuilt. And I remember thinking, 7-year-old boy, 8-year-old boy, that's so cool. I'm like, this dude has a bionic hand? I was like freaking out. So the whole thing was kind of a dope memory. My entire household was crying I cried. I had one tear drip down. I remember. I was 12 or 13, but I've been watching since 06. Fuck out of here, Yayan. You were born in 2012. How are you going to be watching since 06? I became a hardcore fan in 20. Yayan was born in 2015. He's full of shit. Carlos Monzon versus Hagler.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. Damn, 03? Damn.
You ain't born in 03, Yayan. You're born in 2022. Don't bullshit us.
Crazy.
Yayan's mad young. Yayan still has braces on.
Damn. I was like, look, freshman in high school? Shit.
Nah, MPO, I didn't almost cry by that. I was more disappointed because at that point, I'm a bit of an authority in the boxing community, and I picked Tyson. So I felt kind of dumb. Not dumb. I felt like, not dumb. So confused. I'm like, why does Tyson look so bad? Because when he fought Roy Jones only 4 years earlier, he looked way better.
Because he's like 62, Marco.
It was his knee, Steph. His knee was,
brother.
He had a knee brace
I know,
on.
and that's what happens to 62-year-olds. Like,
it's a good point. It's a good point.
But,
That's a good point.
I was a little sad, but whatever, man.
Well, he was 58.
I always say this: boxing allows these clown shows, man. Every time, its entire origin, it's always allowed, celebrity boxing and that type of swag. It's whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it started with COVID. It started with Roy Jones, Mike, and that just sparked an exhibition uprising, right? Because now, and we're down for all of them. And Floyd did them when he retired. Everybody started doing the exhibitions. Before that, the only exhibition I could think of was Ali versus that Japanese dude. I don't think fighters did that. I mean, I think Joe Louis did exhibitions when he was in the army.
No, didn't Ali fight? He fought like some clown show one time.
That's what I just said. Yeah, he fought a Japanese dude who was trying to literally wrestle with him. Like it was like MMA versus boxing type shit.
You remember when Floyd and Conor McGregor got it on?
That was a real fight, though. That
shit was hilarious.
I love that. That was showing you can't beat experience.
What was even more funnier is when he fought Logan Paul.
That's when I first started. That's when I first started suspecting that Floyd had money issues. The Logan Paul fight.
Well, Marco, didn't they say that he was being held in like the Middle East, like by some jewelers, because he ran off like with some chains?
One
or
of
some
his
shit?
friends stole something or took something, and then Floyd wasn't paying for it. And it's like, why wouldn't he just pay for it and then get the money back later from his friend if he's so rich?
Yeah, if he had it, right?
Yeah, that now again, that was never confirmed. That was never confirmed. That's just the story we heard. And that was weird. You remember Floyd was going live off other people's Instagrams. Then remember that's when he talked to Bill Haney and he was going off somebody else's Instagram. He wasn't using his own for some reason.
Yeah, he's son Little Haney. I fucked with that heavy.
Bill.
But Marco, I feel like I don't like these exhibitions because like remember when Floyd fought the Gotti, they all stormed the ring, and then when Tyson fought Jake Paul, they had his ass cheeks like
that. Well, the Gotti thing was the Gotti thing to me put the cherry on top of Floyd. First off, most likely needing money and being having problems. That's why he's fighting. And two, just his dignity. Like to me, that was just like, what are you doing? He's disrespecting his own fucking legacy doing that, in my opinion.
Yeah, and then Logan Paul took his hat off. Like, it's just too much.
No, that was Jake.
Oh, Jake Paul. Yeah, I'm sorry.
The Logan Paul fight was the first one. The first few he had, I got it. He fought some Japanese guy, made a lot of money in Japan. Fine. He fought, he had a couple exhibitions. I was okay with those. They were huge. Everybody was watching them. They were pay-per-view. He was still Floyd. There were good matchups, but then as he kept doing them, the competition got worse and worse and more unknown. The viewership dropped. The fucking networks, like the last time he fought Gotti, I don't think any of us hardcores even watched that shit live. Like, I didn't watch the Gotti rematch.
I saw it. I'm embarrassed to say, but I saw it. I streamed it.
Yeah, and maybe if you had nothing to do, but if you had something better to do, you probably wouldn't have. Or who knows? Floyd is still Floyd, but it's become that goofy that hardcores don't even give a fuck about Floyd, who was arguably the greatest fighter who ever lived. Because it's just like, what are you doing? Like my man Fred once said, like, what it went from pay-per-view to being on Nickelodeon and Nick at Night. Like nobody's watching this shit. Should knockout ever happen? Yeah, exhibition just means it's not a pro fight, Drummond. Doesn't mean dudes are going light. Now, dudes can go light. But an exhibition, by definition, just means it is not a professionally sanctioned fight. That's all that means. The rules can be just as pro rules if you want. There's just no commission sanctioning it.
See, I was thinking about this shit this morning. And see, I wouldn't care about the exhibitions and stuff if they were actually like exhibitions. Like Eric Morales.
Go back in the kitchen.
Cesar Chavez did an exhibition. But they did a real exhibition. Like they had big gloves, they had fucking the headgear. It was like for charity, shit like that. They had their buddies, fighting on the undercard, and it was a big thing. But it wasn't like, oh, we're gonna pretend like, oh, this is like you said, like a fucking clown show. Like it was. As a boxing fan, it feels so fucking degrading to the sport to see Floyd do that. It's like if I was a Floyd fan back when he was the shit, I would be fucking depressed. I would be like, that would legit make me throw away my TBE hat. Like, sad. Like if Bud does that in 10 years, I'd be like, damn, just tarnished. Like worse tarnishing than Roy Jones's legacy.
Yeah,
it just makes the sport look bad. Like, fuck, man.
That's the bell.
That's the bell. Well, you know what, guys? I'm going to wrap it up. It is late over here, 1:08 a.m., but I will be on mañana. So I appreciate you guys.
Have a good night, Marco.
Always. All right, guys. Peace out. Appreciate you. Peace.